So what I can just pause it there, detach the camera, and show you the world that's there. It's all in 3D. There's no images or backdrops that are painted. Part of this, the reason is that we want to have a seamless transition from cutscenes right into gameplay, which means that the entire world has to be there. We can't sort of cleverly fake all these things. Level of detail that's, oh, and now I've lost there's my crew. Level of detail is not just going into the world, but it's also going into characters. So if I just detach the camera here, I can look at these characters, see if there's anybody who's doing anything interesting. Let's just stick with him here. See some of the detail that we're putting into these characters. It's quite important that we've got a PS3 to play with, because this level weighs in about 2 gigabytes of data that we're streaming for just one single level, which means that we need a lot of storage capacity to be able to realize our ambition for this game. If I just speed it up a little bit forward, you've seen this bit, so one thing that's quite important to us is with our E3 2005 trailer, we showed you our ambition for the game in terms of how it's visually going to look and how it's going to play. Visually, we've had to pull a lot of tricks out of the bag to make sure that what you're seeing is on par with that. We've got things going on like motion blur. We've got full screen anti-aliasing to make sure that the image is very smooth. And there's something, if I can just move the camera again, there we go. Something we call post-processing. We've got Hollywood-grade post-processing. If I can just turn this off and on like that, you can see the immediate difference. What our post-processing allows us to do is really pull the image together. So all of the effects, all of the backgrounds that are happening, the lighting passes that go around it, the guys running around, everything has to be part of the same world. And with post-processing, we can really allow for that to happen. So we can basically adjust the colorization, the depth grading into the image. You can see there's a lot more depth in this image. We can blur certain areas to all make it look a lot more cinematic and more believable as well. That's quite important. It's quite an important feature. This feature also allows us to dynamically change this. So in this case, there's overcast weather, there's lots of lightning going off, so the whole feeling is a little bit more grim, it's a little darker, but we can dynamically adjust these settings. So throughout the course of the level, we can change these settings. Throughout different levels, we can change the settings. That's all very adjustable. What you see here is an urban environment. Of course, we'll have different environments. It's not just limited to urban. But in this case, again, with post-processing, we can make it look different at any given time. Another thing that you will notice here is that there's virtually no HUD. There's no sort of game-related information on screen. No health bar, no ammo markers, nothing like that. It's your gun and it's the world. Because it's very key that you stay true to this sort of cinematic feeling and immersion in the game. So we'd like to take away as much of these elements as possible. Something like a health bar can again be substituted by our post-processing effects, where we can use desaturation and blurring to indicate that the player is hurt and that he needs to go into cover. So we still have visual clues for the player on how to interact with the game world, basically. Another thing that gameplay-wise you will see happening is that a lot of characters are taking cover and shooting over cover. This is something we call lean and peek. Lean and peek doesn't only apply to your buddies. Of course, the enemy also does this. And more importantly, the player can do this also. What we felt was really important is, again, to stay true to the cinematic feeling, is to have everything in first person, which means that we also implemented a first person lean and peak. Maybe Matthijs can demonstrate how exactly this works and what our thoughts were behind this.
With Killzone Liberation, we already tried to make Killzone a bit more tactical. So we added a feature called duck and cover, where the player would crouch with the shoulder button, and if he stands close to cover and presses fire, he would automatically pop up and shoot over the cover. And that was quite interesting how that influenced the encounters and the whole gameplay. So we tried to introduce that mechanic into this game as well. So what you can see here, if I walk to this low cover bit and I press the left shoulder button, the second one, I will latch onto the cover. And now I can look around, I can move to the sides, but I can also stand up and basically shoot over the cover. So in this mode I'm basically safe. I'm just peeking over the cover. The enemies won't shoot at me. And if I press the fire button, I can also do a blind fire like this. And I can suppress the enemies. What you can also do here is with a higher cover, you can latch onto it using the shoulder button and step out on the side. So you can peek out and then even use the reflex scope. So it's a fairly simple mechanic, but it's very intuitive and easy to use. And it also forces the player to scan the environment for usable pieces of cover. So it isn't just running and gunning all the time, it's also looking for cover and trying to fight out your encounters in a more tactical way.